This time on One Man's Movies, I'm looking at the suspense come horror film, The Night House.
You were right. There is nothing. Nothing is after you. You're safe now.
You said you were safe? Safe from what?
Newly bereaved Beth, played by Rebecca Hall, is struggling to come to terms with why her husband, Owen, rode out from their lakeside house and shot himself with a gun that she didn't know they had. Drinking too much and having the most terrible realistic nightmares, she starts to peel back her husband's hidden life, raising concerns with her best friend Claire, played by Sarah Goldberg, and her kindly widowed neighbour Mel, played by Vondie Curtis Hall. I get to see a fair few horror films, many of which I think are meh, but this one seriously creeped me out. Much of that is down to the fabulous performance of Rebecca Hall. I know the Academy tend not to recognise frivolous films like this one, but her performance is so good I think it could be deserving of an Oscar nomination. The mood set by the nighttime scenes actually make you fearful and tense whenever she goes to bed. I've talked before on One Man's Movies about how some horror films throw their jump scares around like confetti, such that they lose their impact. This film is extremely sparing with them, but the ones it includes are real doozies. The plot is deliciously vague in that I think you could ask a cinema audience of 20 people what exactly happened in the film and you'd get a dozen different explanations. I've had my own go in a spoiler section within my website review. Go check it out. But even I'm not 100% sure. I personally wasn't mad on the ending. I wasn't sure how I wanted it to end, but to me it felt somewhat anticlimactic. I've called this a suspense come horror film because there's actually very little gore in it. So if you like your horror films on the psychological side rather than the pitchforking teenagers side, then this one might very much be for you. It certainly was for me. I'm giving this 4 stars out of 5, making it a... Read my full review at bobthemovieman.com.